And we're getting closer. Stand by. This is it. Ready, go. Racing. Senor Tortoni, the favourite, jumped out well. It's one of the leaders and a real clump there. Apache Breeze wide out together with Divine Benet push to go forward. Say Soiree La the outside second. Senor Tortoni third. Then Against the Law on the outside of African Daisy. Apache Breeze back in the field, cast wide, followed by Not That Easy, King Charles, So Good So Cool, easing back. Then came Close Encounter on the rails. Lost Padre third last from Kryptonic, and Artie Better is the last one. It's Divine Benet and Say Soiree La, the joint leaders. Senor Tortoni, the big guy, rolling to third and getting closer with every stride. African Daisy railing through against the Law the outside. Then Apache Breeze closing further back to King Charles, Close Encounter. Not That Easy and So Good So Cool. Coming around the turn, and Divine Benet comes up the rise a length clear. Now Senor Tortoni giving his head and putting in big strides, takes the lead. Say Soiree La Against the Law running on, and then Apache Breeze the outside. Close Encounter taking a rails run. Senor Tortoni 2 lengths clear. Coming down the outside, Apache Breeze doing the chasing. Senor Tortoni a length clear, and the first favourite will win by about a half length to Apache Breeze, Divine Benet. Then Close Encounter, African Daisy. Further back to Not That Easy, Say Soiree La, Kryptonic. Then King Charles, Lost Padre, Against the Law, dropped right out onto the heavy 10. Then came So Good So Cool, and Artie Bet was always towards the rear of the field.
Senor Tortoni, the favourite, wins the first. Favourite backers won't care what the track's rated here in this early part of the program. Now you tell me, Ronnie, does that track look too bad?
They're getting into it because of that long grass. I think the time might tell us more, and we'll have a look at the replay a few more times. But Jason Collett was just happy to sit outside the leaders there, 3 deep, get into his rhythm, and he had a well-prepared horse there. It was a really tough effort, the second horse, who sat wide as well, Apache Breeze, who's been up forever, and Divine Benet seemed to have his chance up front, battles on well, but not a lot made ground there. We'll just assess that a little bit more after a few replays. As you can see, with that, with a bit of a head-on shot now, they're throwing a few, they're happy to get 4 and 5 off the fence here, but the winner's in the middle of the track there and gets the job done.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Jason before the first, Ronnie, and he said that the track walked actually a lot better than what he was expecting it to be. He said he couldn't really find a lane as such, but the right jockey's the one to follow is Jason Collett. He's the best track walker in Australia, no doubt, but he gave that a terrific ride, set outside lead, looked great. Yeah, good ride.
Numbers are up 5, 10 and 12, 5, 10, 12. Now the time for the first has been posted as 1:12.95, 1:12.95, and that last 600 not officially posted yet, but the sectional breakdowns for that last 600 was 11:62, 11:07 and 12:01. No. Well done, Ronnie. Did you have any concerns coming here today on a heavy track?
Oh, not at all. Not at all, Greg. Not at all.
Couldn't wait to get here.
And I said to Jason, I said, they tell me you're the best wet weather track jockey ever. Go and show me how to do it.
Did he let you down?
No, he did not. No.
What do you think of this horse, Ronnie?
Yeah, I've always had a good opinion of him. Probably I would have even, I could have even thought he might have been even better. But, you know, he might still get there, you know, because he's got very good galloping ability, you know.
You used to race on heavier tracks in your day here, didn't you?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I remember the year that Strawberry Ray won the Derby. My God, you couldn't even see where you were going.
Yeah.
You know, it was unbelievable. So this track, they've done a good job, great job here.
Well done, Ronnie.
Thanks, Greg.
Congratulations, Jace. Seemed good form, this horse.
He is, yeah. He probably come out of a better race, and it was a hard run race too, and he didn't have much left late. He was walking, and Clearest Moments horse looked very good doing so. So it was just more of a case today, back 100 metres. Wasn't overly worried about the heavy. It's obviously without knowing until we've ridden on it now. You know, it is definitely heavy, but there's a very strong tailwind in the straight, so it's going to make us look like we're running a bit better than we are.
Did he get going through that going well?
He seemed okay, and like I said, I had a really good hold of his head for the first half of the race, so I always felt like I was in control. And when I got over the rise and, you know, out in the middle of the track, I was confident, but it took a long time.
Well done.
Thanks.
for the running of the highway over 1,100 metres. Exit Fee's the favourite. Stand by for a break. Gates are back now and they're off and racing. No speed there by Hoku, and jumping well was Toy Story, Decadence, and Neil is right up on the speed together with Performing Diva. So Decadence, Performing Diva the outside, and Neil pushes through on the inside. Rebel Dean going forward as well. They're followed by Winning Emotions, one off the fence. The inside Excessive Force with Beer Baron. Back in the field is Exit Fee, the grey Creon. Rebel Dean on a wide path. Then came Beyond My Ken, Toy Story, Kalido Magic, and Hoku's not travelling well. Neil leads to the turn from Decadence the outside. Signatory's third, then Performing Diva. Excessive Force back on the rails, tracked along by Creon, and wider out is Rebel Dean and Performing Diva. So Neil leads up to the 300 metres. It's Neil by a length or so. The chasers are coming, but Neil still clear from Signatory's Rebel Dean. Over on the inside, Creon and Excessive Force running on, but Neil with a good lead inside the 100 metres. An unbeatable lead. And Neil kept going, wins it by a length. Excessive Force chipped the margin back to a length. B. Baron third, then Creon Kalido Magic. Exit Fee next, followed by Signatories. Then came Toy Story from Decadence. Rebel Dean, Performing Diva, Beyond My Ken, Winning Emotions, Hoku, and Xanadu Miss.
Neil for Matt Dunn up in Moorlambar. Andrew Mallion down in Sydney. Big day for Andrew Mallion, who we don't see down in Sydney hardly at all, has got the money here. Number 5, Neil, beats Excessive Force, who kicked back. And Beer Baron may be third. We'll stand by for the numbers to go up.
Yeah, he's just a master at preparing these horses for these highways, isn't he? He just give him 2 runs in Queensland, Wednesday race, Saturday race, gets him here in the right race, in his right grade, and just picks the right ones every time. So Andrew's had 3 rides on him now for 3 wins, so he knows him well. Could be worth following their Excessive Force. That first up on a heavy 10 is not always ideal, so a highway winner in the waiting.
He rode the horse with confidence. It never looked like getting beat, Ronnie. He travelled up the rise and never actually released the brake until about the 200 metre mark. So, yeah, great training performance, terrific ride.
Okay, be riding Yellow Brick later today in the Show County race number 9 down here for Tony and Matty Sears. Scored easily, 1 1/4 lengths, 2 lengths second and third. Now here's the time for the 1100, 106.43. 106.43, and the last 600 in 35.86. 35.86. The numbers are up, 5, 8, 9 and 3. Holly Julius, very dominant win there for the Matt Dunn trained galloper.
Yeah, you know, Andrew gets along with him really well. He's had 2 wins with him on country grade tracks. He's done super today. He's never been tested on heavy ground. He's a quirky horse. You know, he can lay in, he can lay out. It's whatever he feels like doing on the day, and Mallion gets along with him really well.
And a typical Matt Dunn setup, coming here via those metropolitan races in Brisbane.
Yeah, that's it. You know, his last start wasn't great. But, you know, he's got the ability, and today he's shown that.
And I think you can come back for one more highway.
Yeah, he can. He'll be up to Class 3 now. And I just want to say congratulations to the owner. Rob Sheen bred him, owns him, loves him. So congratulations.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Andrew. You looked the winner a long way out. Did you feel it?
Yeah, he travelled really lovely. He's quite a difficult horse. He really has been a work in progress, and hats off to everyone back up at Moollambar, and Holly that rides in most of his work. You know, they do a really great job with him, because he's not the easiest horse to ride, and you've got to really go with him and get along with him. You know, if you can just get him to relax as good as you can, and yeah, he's quite effective late, and he was good in the ground.
So I was going to say, he's good on the ground.
Yeah, that was a bit of an unknown with him, but I travelled really comfortably throughout the race, and got up the rise and really hadn't got to the bottom of him, so I was pretty confident he was going to sort of stick on, and yeah, he done that really well.
Well done.
Thanks, Brownie.
This is the lay of the day, Juakibo, so you got what you wanted.
Absolutely.
Here's Darren for the third, 1.5 mile slog coming up.
Now in the rough and the staying race, and Cormac T was very sluggish out. Investment jumped well, so did the Grey Hill Hudson, being sent forward with the intention of leading. Starbender handy in second, and Cormac T after the ordinary start quickly zips up into third spot. Followed by Investment. Bluestone's pretty handy, the grey. Then came Piggy backsliding in one off the fence around So Sleek. Then Knight's Armour from Impunity. Wuds as well back. Now the favourite Akibo's easing back to second last, one off the fence. And the inside there is Funambulist as they start the run to the 1800 metre mark. El Hudson 2 lengths clear from Starbender, and outright third is Cormac T. Then the well-fancied Bluestone, so McDonald's got the Victorian up running fourth. Then Investment backing up from Wednesday's meeting at Warwick Farm. A length and a half to Piggyback, who's now midfield on the outside is Slow Sleep. Then came the horse from Braidwood, Knight's Armour. A length back to Wuds on the rails. A length then Impunity, Funambulist, and the favourite Akibo's last as they work to the back of the course. 1,500 metres to run, and El Hudson at a decent enough tempo, out by 2 lengths to Starbender. Cormac T's 4 lengths away third. This field really starting to string out somewhat. Then the grey Bluestone on the outside of Investment. Further back to Piggyback, in advance of So Sleek from Knight's Armour. Wuds is still fourth last from Impunity. Funambulist. And Akibo, the favourite, last about 16 lengths off the lead. So El Hudson rolling along for Alicia Collett. Still a 2-length leader on Starbender. Still a decent gap back to third. 5 lengths to Cormac T at the 1,000 metres. No change to the order. Then Bluestone on the outside of Investment. Further back to Piggyback. Then came So Sleek from Knight's Armour, Wuds, Impunity, Funambulist, and Akibo. Braithnock is easing into a 3-wide position, so he's starting to creep the favourite into the race, but these are still 2 dominant leaders. 6.50 to go. El Hudson now a half in front to Starbender. A real gap back to Cormac T. Then Bluestone, Investment, and Akibo going around the field. Piggyback came out in front of it as they come into the straight now. El Hudson trying to beat off Starbender, did so, got 2 in front, so El still got some gas here from Cormac T. Akibo to the outside. Bluestone's gone right back to the inside. El Hudson inside the 250, 2 lengths clear. Cormac T's whacking away. Then Akibo and Bluestone running on well. El Hudson's all out now from Cormac T. Bluestone the inside is Wuds flashing home. In the middle of the track, Wuds stormed up. Hits the lead. Wuds, too good, beat Cormac T. Bluestone third, Piggyback fourth. Followed by El Hudson, gave it a good sight. Akibo couldn't sustain that run. Further back to Knight's Armour, Funambulist, then Starbender, and a big gap to Investment, So Sleek and Impunity.
Can it get any better for Henry Dwyer? As Fura on the other side of the world. Woods, Timmy Clark has got the money here in 1.5 miles. Slog it ended up. It will beat Cormac T and Bluestone.
Yeah, great foresight, knowing the wet weather's here, getting him in this race, and he got a fast run race to suit, and we know he's a strong, staying 1.5 mile horse who's very fit, and he just ate up the mud there late. Really good effort from Cormac T with a 5-week freshen between runs going to that race, and Bluestone just a bit one pace but battled on strongly. Favourite had a lot to do, but he was within striking distance straightening up, but still had a bit to do, so jury's out a little bit on him moving forward. But all honest, the winner, he was just too fit, too tough, and outstayed them.
I was pretty impressed with his turn of foot, Ronnie. I know they've got that tailwind and it's probably exaggerated a little bit as far as time-wise goes, but he was sort of electric on that sort of going. I was really surprised how quick he went towards the line. So Timmy Clark summed up the race really, really well. He obviously let the speed go, sat midfield, found that little bit of a lane, and then, like I said, was just electric the last 200 metres.
Long way outside the class record. They've posted 2:37.05 and a neat 37 seconds for the last 600. 9, 4, 5 and 6.
Congratulations, Clarkie. Not a lot to look at, but looked like he got a bit of a motor. Did he give you a good feel?
Yeah, look, he one thing he did, he really conserved his energy in the first half of the race. Just completely went to sleep for me, and down the side, I was just able to get onto the back of Nash, and then the favourite sort of slid round. So I was sort of getting a nice card in by the horses I wanted to be on the back of, and sort of got the split, and he just continued to build his momentum, and I was confident that he was obviously going to love these conditions, and so just had a nice economical run, and he was able to be really good late.
He looked like he had a good turn of foot on that going.
Yeah, he did. He was coming come up here a couple of months ago on a really heavy track and was a little bit stiff. So he got his just rewards today, and spoke to Henry about 15 minutes ago. He was overseas celebrating, so he might celebrate for a bit longer now.
Well done.
Thanks.
Busy day. Andrew Wisemantle Handicap. Stand by for a start. Racing now. Iron Man hopped out of the gates nicely with Harry's Bar and Lou quickly moving up on the outside. Now Kerguelen out wide being ridden up a little bit. Winston Hills is handy with Run Rory Run, and Kerguelen's out 3 and 4 wide. Point and Shoot not far behind. Then the Great Houdini and Bolt Savers last. Harry's Bar takes the lead clearly now from Lou. Iron Man right behind them, just being restrained a little bit. Kerguelen 3 out on the outside of Winston Hills. Run Rory Run, then Point and Shoot behind the favourite. The Great Houdini improved a fraction on the rails and 2 lengths away to Bolt Saver. Harry's Bar trying to make all inside the 600 metres, 3/4 to Lou. Then Run Rory Run from Winston Hills. Wider out is Iron Man and Kerguelen the widest. Point and Shoot being revved up on its back, 2 lengths for the back. Harry's Bar comes up the rise with a 2-length lead on Lou. Then Run Rory Run, Winston Hills. Kerguelen stoked up. He's starting to dig in. Harry's Bar a narrow leader, but Kerguelen quickly moved up on the outside. Kerguelen put the head in front. Winston Hills coming through the middle. Then came Lou and the Great Houdini, but Kerguelen kicks away now inside the 50, and the favourites home, Kerguelen. The Great Houdini grabs second in front of Lou. Then Winston Hills, Bolt Saver, Iron Man, Harry's Bar got tied from Run Rory Run. Point and Shoot didn't fire a shot today, finishing last.
Well, the post-James Cummings era continues. They keep winning races, the boys in blue. And here's one for Joe Pride. Kerguelen, number 2. Chad Schofield. Joe Pride has scored as many thought he would. Very impressive.
Yep, and probably a better price than a lot expected too. So he kept him interested. I like the ride. He just kept him moving, wanted to be in touch on the turn, and that's exactly what Chad did, and he had the big weight and he carried it well. So I think a lot to like about the win, but that's emphasised, as we said, by his wet track ability. So the Great Houdini pulls out one of his better runs there, and he keeps sticking on this Lug. He has some talent. Another chance for Point and Shoot, obviously drier track a little bit further later on, but never in that race. But far too good, I think. Far too good, the winner.
Yeah, it was far too good, Ronnie, as you said. And it was a terrific ride by Chad. He actually was on the 4-wide line, and then he come back to follow Iron Man, and he only got Iron Man's back for probably 50 metres, 100 metres, and then he popped off again to let this horse go through his gears. Terrific ride there by Chad Schofield.
Okay, that's the second 1,200 metre race of the day. They've run 1:12.5. 1:12.5 compared to the 1:12.95 they ran in the opener today, the Midway. They've run home in 35.4, and the numbers are up 2, 4, 7 and 11. Well done, Joe. A milestone in your career, throwing those colours into the room.
Yeah, it was quite an eerie feeling watching a jockey walk towards me and waiting for instructions, to be honest with you. Have you found the right spot there, Chad? But that was good. It was he's a lovely horse, and he was a lovely horse before he landed in my stable. But he's a horse with good upside. He's done that off a 5-week break, and I would think he'll improve. Had a little bit of a tough run there, but I thought he overcome that and raced really well.
Yeah, what were you thinking during the one where he was?
Oh, it was a little bit awkward, and I sort of thought he was probably entitled to be a little bit vulnerable late, but he held that margin. And he's good. As I say, he's a lovely horse to work with. All the hard work's been done with him. Been given a really nice horse who's probably going to progress through to group and listed races in time. Really pleased.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Chad. That was a really nice win.
Yeah, it was. We didn't jump as well as I hoped, but we sort of flowed off a moderate tempo into a nice position 3-wide with cover. Iron Man in front of us gave ground really early on, so I had to keep him rolling with his big weight, and I hooked out and asked him to make an early move, but he was very brave. He held them strongly.
He was strong through the line.
He was. I could feel him start to get tired late, but ears were back. He was really having a crack.
Well done.
Thank you.
They're all in. Stand by for a break. Light is on. Racing now. Hasty Honey jumped well off the inside and is going to lead for fun. Nelly Laylax is going forward into second spot, and the favourite Salt Coach 3 wide rolling forward. Good banter over on the rails from Tijanis. And then came Belvedere Boys, and a length and a half. Last is Sky Lab. Hasty Honey shows the way, and Nelly Laylax has bagged the spot outside the leader. This has put Salt Coats up into third. Good banter fourth, the rails. Then came Tijanis, Belvedere Boys, and the roughy Sky Lab is last of all. So Hasty Honey in the hands of Rachel King leads to the back. 3/4 of a length on Nelly Laylax, and then came the hot favourite Salt Coach parked on the outside of the wet track. A good banter. Further back then to Tijanis on the outside of Belvedere Boys, and Skylab on the field is sevens last of all, and about 7 lengths off the front runner. Hasty Honey just rolling in the lead at her own tempo. Hasty Honey by a half length to Nelly Laylax. Then came Good Banter parked on the inside as Salt Coats. 2.5 further back to Tijanis. In advance of Belvedere Boys, and 2 lengths last of all is Sky Lab. No change to the order. 1,000 metres to go there. At the halfway mark, Hasty Honey still 3/4 in front to Nelly Laylax. 2 lengths then to Salt Coach, travelling pretty strongly on the outside of Good Banter. Then came Tijanis, Belvedere Boys, and Sky Lab is last of all. Still nothing to report here. Hasty Hunter, the front runner. Hasty Honey by neck now on Nelly Laylax. Then Good Banter from Salt Coach to Tijanis. 2 further back to Belvedere Boys, and Skylab being hard written's last of all. 5:50 to go. Hasty Honey in front from Nelly Laylax, and now the favourite gets going 3 wide Salt Coach. Good Banter right behind them, looking for a run between runners. Nelly Laylax took the lead now from Hasty Honey. Nelly Laylax got 2 lengths clear. The favourite Salt Coach is stoked up to give chase. Needs to pick up. Nelly's going well. Nelly Laylax, in fact, 3 lengths clear now from Good Banter on the inside. Then Belvedere Boys. Forget the favourite Salt Coats. It won't run a place. Nelly's home. Nelly Laylax beating Belvedere Boys. Good Banter third. And Salt Coats every hope fourth. Then Skylab, Tijanis and Hasty Honey.
Well, I dare say the bookies have got the lot there. Tim Ryan reporting the only horse he could lay was Salt Coach. They were finding it difficult to make a book. And Nelly Laylax has left them all behind. Number 7, Nelly Laylax, ridden by Alicia Collett for Annabelle and Rob Archibald. Second, Belvedere Boys, Matt Dunn and Braith Knock. And Good Banter will get third, O'Shea and Charlton and Andrew Atkins. It was getting pretty keen there shortly after straightening for home between a couple of them, but Nelly was off and gone.
Yeah, he showed a really good turn of speed, a very fit horse. You wouldn't have thought he hadn't won it in 455 days. His heavy track form is superb. He overachieved at his first run in Australia on a very heavy track, and then this is the first heavy track he's found since, and he's done it again. So he'll be hoping the rain stays away. He'll be staying in work, I can guarantee you, until the rain stops.
Yeah, well, he was nice and bright in the enclosure, as I said, Ronnie. That's what took my eye. He just deep into the preparation, but he was still right up on the toe, and he was having a good look around, and he was just nice and bright. And you see horses, generally when they get to this stage of their preparation, they sort of dour off a little bit, but he was totally the opposite. He was nice and bright, aided by a great ride there by Alicia Collett.
Well done, Rob. Great decision to bring him back to Sydney and keep him in work.
Yeah, exactly. He's been up for a little while now, so we've always thought he's probably not too far away from a break, but that was a great effort. Alicia rated him beautifully outside lead, and he's getting better each run this preparation, and it was nice to see him put it together.
Will the rain hang around long enough for him?
Probably not, but he does relish it, doesn't he? He's relished it in Europe, and he's handling it really well here, so that'll give him a lot of confidence, and nice for the connections. They've been very patient throughout the prep, and nice to see a good win to put together. Thank you. Thanks.
He was dominant, wasn't he? Did he give you a good feel?
He did, and he did it there comfortably. The last 100 metres went to go sit up because I thought I was just putting pay to the field.
Did he get over that ground? Because I know that he handles the wet weather, but did he get over it well?
Loved it. He's very light framed and he's got a high knee carriage. I've had a couple of rides track work on wet tracks with him, and he absolutely thrives, so he got through that very easy.
Well done.
Thank you.
Silver Shadow Stakes, ready to run. Racing and Agerwood in the centre jump well. So did Savvy Halley the outside, and the two favourites are at it early. And Within the Law is poking through on the rails. Change My Address the outside. Further back to Wooden Lass than Open Secret, Queen of Clubs. And Nullarbor Jane is the last one. Agerwood went up the inside to hold out Savvy Halley for the front. They're 2 lengths clear then from Change My Address. Within the Law a handy fourth. 2 after Wooden Lass from Open Secret. Queen of Clubs and Nullarbor Jane is the last one. Agerwood a neck in front, 6.50 out from Savvy Halley. 2 after Within the Law from Change My Address. Open Secret back on the insiders. Wooden Lass is out deeper. Further back to Queen of Clubs being roused along. And Nullarbor Jane is the last one. They round for home now in the Silver Shadow Stakes. And the unbeaten Agerwood a length and a half. 2 in front now to Savvy Halley. She's sticking on though. She's got gas in the tank. Within the Law on the insiders being hard ridden. It's Agerwood a narrow leader from Silver Halley on the outside. And Halley went past Agerwood there. Within the Law with the last shot at them, but Savvy Halley a length in front. Within the Law is chipping away. Savvy Halley still in front, and Savvy Halley wins the Silver Shadow Stakes by 3/4. Within the Law second, a gap back to Queen of Clubs getting up to run third. Open Secret, Change My Address. Agerwood got a real stitch. Weakened right out from Wooden Lass and Nullarbor Jane.
Savvy Halley wins the first leg of the Princess Series, breaking her maiden just 9 days ago at Newcastle. Having been runner-up in a Bailey and a Percy Sykes, she gets her own Group 2 victory and becomes a very, very valuable filly. Number 3, Savvy Halley, Jay Ford and Brad Widdop have won the Centauro Silver Shadow Stakes, beating Within the Law, and third home will be Queen of Clubs.
Just beautifully set up by Brad Widdop. He read the play week out and just gives her a run. She bolts in, gets her confidence up, finds a testing track again, and that race fitness just got her home. That was a well set up Group 2 victory, and I think trainer and horse related, and he got her to relax outside the lead, Jay Ford. She was good, the second filly. She'll come on from that off one trial. Agerwood, we expected more from her, and the other filly with a very encouraging Queen of Clubs for the longer races later on. But like I said, well set up, Johnny on the spot, and she delivered the goods.
I think it's a big plus too, Ronnie, when jockeys like Jay Ford get on board and they know these horses back to front. Like he just parked up outside lead, just knew exactly what she was capable of. I think they're cooking with gas here, Greg.
I think with all 3 of them, the first 3 place getters, when you look at them in isolation, Savvy Halley, as Ronnie said, beautifully set up. Within the Law is going to come on beautifully, and look at Queen of Clubs making up ground and getting into third spot. It's going to be a pretty good Silver Shadow heading into a furious stakes in 2 weeks' time. We're a month away from the T-Rose, and then another 2 weeks beyond that to the Flight Stakes. But Savvy Halley wins the first leg of the Princess Series, and she pays $3.50 and $1.30 on the New South Wales tote. $3.40 she starts fixed odds with Tab. Within the Law second, Collett and Baker. Third home number 6, Queen of Clubs, Portelli and McDonald. And 5 Open Secret was fourth. Now they've run 1:12.82. 1:12.82 home in 36.21. 36.21. 3/4 by 2 3/4 in the Silver Shadow, which brings us along to race number 7, the Toy Show, and the return of Autumn Glow. That'll be followed by our first Group 1 of the season, the Group 1 Winx Stakes, race number 8. Well, here he comes, Brad Widdop, the trainer of Savvy Halley, who's won the Group 2 Silver Shadow Stakes. You love it when a plan comes together?
Oh, I don't know about a plan. We're meant to race at Kembla, and we got the heavy 10. We didn't go, and the track looked all right. So then we waited last week and ran her, and then had to back her up here. So big call. Benny, he was pushing the run today, and it's great for Brad and Benny. They've been big supporters for a long time, and it's just nice to have a filly like that.
But if you wanted to win the Silver Shadow, you had to have that run under your belt.
Well, I'd say so, but look, she's just brilliant, and she it's great when they handle a track like this. Great call to run today, so I'll give him a bit of credit there for once. But very exciting to see her do that, and Brad really deserves a filly like this. Not me either, the owner.
Brad's all round, let's say.
Yes.
Are you going to follow the Princess Series? Is that the likely target?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure if she's going to be too brilliant for a mile. We'll just see. Well, we'll probably aim up in the fortnight and then see how we go.
Okay, well done.
Thanks.
Well done, Jay. You've always been a great judge of a horse. Where do you put her?
She's the last young filly, a nice one of BK's and Brad's rode Fire Lane. She's ahead of her. She's very straightforward, very natural, genuine in everything he does. Look, she'll. I feel this is sort of her level. She's a genuine group horse every day of the week. Hopefully as she finishes and gets older, she might take that next step again. But her tenacity and will to win and just how genuine she is, she flies the machines, puts herself in a spot. So she gives herself every chance of success. And you look at her record, it's faultless. So she deserved that win today. Last prep, she runs a couple of seconds at stakes level behind some very good horses. And today she got her turn, so I'm glad to see that.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Moving into the outside, they're all locked and loaded and we're ready to go. Racing now, and High Dubai left well. Autumn Glow was beautifully into stride there in the middle. From Gangster Granny, and now Bonita Queen is showing fast acceleration, and Bonita Queen will head the lot of them off. Autumn Glow will sit behind Gangster Granny the outside, and High Dubai out wide. Further back to She's All Shenanigans. Over on the inside, Imposing from Cigar Flick, and Shahisha is the last one. At a controlled speed, Bonita Queen leads by a half to Gangster Granny. High Dubai third, 3 wide. A length further back to the hot favourite Autumn Glow. On the inside of She's All Shenanigans. Then came Imposing from Cigar Flick, and Shahisha is the last one. So Bonita Queen under a double grip, turning the corner at the 400. Leads the way by a length and a half to Gangster Granny off the bridle, then High Dubai. McDonald gets to work on Autumn Glow. He just needs a bit of galloping room here as Gangster Granny takes the lead. Autumn Glow pushes back to the inside. High Dubai the outer. Gangster Granny a length in front. Now Autumn Glow, she's starting to open up the shoulders, and here she comes. Autumn Glow went on past Gangster Granny, and Autumn Glow remains unbeaten, 5 out of 5, beating Gangster Granny, and High Dubai third. A gap to the rest. Shahisha, She's All Shenanigans, Imposing, Cigar Flick, and Bonita Queen.
And isn't she beautiful? Isn't she just something to watch? She's unbeaten, 5 out of 5. Autumn Glow, the daughter of the Autumn Sun. McDonald and Waller, they'll be out again in moments with Via Sistina in the Winx Stakes. But job done, her return is successful. Autumn Glow beats Gangster Granny.
What can you say? Look, angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have hooves, and she might be that one. She won narrowly, but so convincingly there. That's not her distance. She'll get better as the races, distances are increased. She has a go. First time heavy. She ticks that box off, hit a flat spot when they press the button on Bonita Queen there. Just a little off stride, trying to squeeze for a run, which she's never had to do. And when she balanced up and had to go back to the, probably a little bit inside Gangster Granny, she really gathered momentum there, and he gave her one backhander there, and that was pretty well enough. She's a star. She is a star.
She is an absolute star, Ronnie. I couldn't agree more. I'll be interested to see what James McDonald's got to say. She got a little bit aggressive down the back there at about the 800 metre mark. I'm not sure whether that's because she lost her footing and she stirred herself up and she was wanting to run through the bridle a little bit. Probably took a little bit of a finish away, but wow, what are we dealing with here?
Okay, 4, 12, 8 and 5.
How much has she improved?
Yeah, she's going pretty well, and she's there's no bottom to her. Everyone would probably thought she was gone, but I said to John before the race, all I want to do is let her breeze up one, and that's all she did.
How much do you think she's improved, though?
She didn't have to improve much, I suppose. She's always shown so much, but the thing is, we haven't even scratched the surface in terms of put her under a lot of pressure, and whatever she's done so far has just been, Chris has just wrapped her in cotton wool, and she's doing it all on her own. So when she starts
the sword gets put to her, I think she'll respond really well because she's that type of horse. She's got no pain barrier. She just up we go.
Well done.
Thanks.
Via Sistina looking to go back to back. Almost out to $3 here at post time. Gates are back, they're off and racing. Aliana was last out and Via Sistina was second last out. And Robusto's ridden for speed is going to lead comfortably early from Lindemann, and Full Count Felicia settles third. A clear third, 2 for the back to War Eternal. Then came Arapaho down on the rails, partnered by Gringotts the other. Light Infantryman's a bit keen deeper out as Via Sistina improves along the rails on the inside of Diamond Diesel. Aliana and Chaya Wolf's going to settle back last of all, about 10 off the lead. So it's Robusto for Derby Racing. Derby looking for their second win in this race, out by 2 lengths. Lindemann in second, and Full Count Felicia didn't have a pop for the lead. Happy to be in a trailing position third. Then War Eternal from Arapaho. Gringotts and Light Infantryman Keen's going forward out off the track. Further back to Diamond Diesel. Via Sistina's back in the field. Chaya Wolf is going forward. Lost a length at that point, and Aliana's hugging the rails as they come up to the home turn. Robusto's coming wide. Lindemann right up the inside. Lindemann hard fence, Robusto in the middle of the track. Now Via Sistina's got the big gap, and here she comes. Down the outside is Gringotts, and further back to Arapaho making ground. Via Sistina raced up now. Hits the lead. Aliana's racing home well on the inside. Via Sistina in front from Aliana. Via's got a dig. Via neck in front. Aliana's driving, but Via Sistina goes back to back in the Winx Stakes. Won it by a neck to Aliana. Arapaho a cracking third. Then came Chaya Wolf. Further back to Gringotts. Then War Eternal, Lindemann, Robusto, Diamond Diesel, and Light Infantryman was too keen in the run and finished last.
She's all class, and now she wins her 10th Group 1. Via Sistina, the horse of the year, is on her way to winning another one. She'll be announced very soon as the champ of the previous season. For a few strides there was almost a new queen on the block. Aliana, the Derby winner, pushed Via all the way to the line. Via Sistina beats Aliana, and the Sydney Cup winner, what a return. He's run 4th Arapaho in front of Chawolf.
Yeah, what a performance. A good, terrific ride by McDonald. He saved the ground. Who would have thought he'd be, you know, in front of horses like Chaya Wolf and Aliana in the run, and just got the dream run through. And it was all over, but you've got to give it to Aliana, the way she rallied late there. And they've tried the inside for the first time. Maybe it might have dried out a little bit there. They were, you know, in pretty close compared to the rest of the field. And he can pull a big run out, that Arapaho first up. And look at Chaya Wolf. He had far too much to do, and I think he gets too wide. So I want to be very forgiving for his performance. But an absolute champion, the winner, over multiple distances.
Yeah, she's an absolute superstar, Ronnie, and you've seen when the stablemate come to her at about the 100-metre mark there, I thought, oh, this could be getting tight here, but that's when the class just kicks in and she just strolled through the line. She's just a superstar.
Okay, she's about to come back. That is Group 1 win number 10. Chris Waller has now trained 181 Group 1 winners, 181. And as James McDonald comes back, he's chasing the all-time record of Damien Oliver for the most Group 1s in his career. He goes today to 120. 120 Group 1 wins for this champion jockey. And combined, I think Waller and McDonald now sit on something like 48 together. And they're chasing down a record that Ray Thomas wrote during the week, is held by TJ Smith and George Moore in the 50s. 126.02, 35.22. Via Sistina goes back to back in the Winx Stakes. 9.12.4, N2 for Yulong. A neck by 1.5. The champion mare returns. Via Sistina beating the stablemate Aliana, and Arapaho, the stayer, has run a mighty third. Here's Corey with James McDonald, the winning rider.
Congratulations, Shay Mac. She had her doubters, but she proved them wrong.
Yep, it was a pleasant win, and nice for her to come back as good as she left off last time, and it worked out really well, I think.
And knowing that she's got good improvement in her.
Yeah, for sure. She just keeps, the deeper in her prep she goes, the better she'll go. So it's good signs ahead. She's returned in good order, great enthusiasm, and the second horse was great.
That's what I was going to say. What were you thinking of Analyana kind of about the 100?
You know what? I could feel I could see the shadow, and I couldn't think what it would be. I was thinking, I've quickened up beautifully, and she gave me a hell of a fright, but she got to a margin where Via just, win another furlong.
She's always going to hold.
I'd win it by a neck anyway, but geez, great effort by a young mare like that. But it was a pleasant race to ride in.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, as much as Via Sistina is the talking point, so much to talk about with Aliana running second. This is her first big dance today out of a 3-year-old company, and she's mixed it with the best in Australia. This is the 9th, the show county.
Now the line to go, ready for race number 9. Gates are back, they're off and racing. And jumping well was General Salute with your blessing there. Joe's Just Feeling Lucky. And Just Feeling Lucky moves up on the outside with your blessing. General Salute taken hold of, drifting back. Yellow Brick posies up together with Romeo's Choice, Corniche. And now General Salute's off the track. Bandy's Boys second last. Lazura sees them all. With your blessing ahead in front to Just Feeling Lucky. Yellow Brick stalks them. Then Romeo's Choice. Corniche boxed up a little bit with General Salute the outside. Second last Bandy's Boy and Lazura sees them all. With your blessing at the 600 metres extends now to lead by 3/4 on Just Feeling Lucky. Then came Yellow Brick. General Salute off the course from Romeo's Choice. Corniche wedged between runners from Bandy's Boy and Lazura as they straighten up. With your blessing leads by 2 on Just Feeling Lucky. Romeo's Choice to the inside. Yellow Brick given every chance. General Salute wide out. Corniche riding for luck between runners. With your blessing at the 200 leads by 2 lengths on Lazura. General Salute still running on. Lazura lays it down to With Your Blessing. Lazura takes the lead late and Lazura draws away to beat With Your Blessing. A neck away third, General Salute. Yellow Brick, Every Hope fourth. Then Romeo's Choice. Corniche didn't pick up, nor Bandy's Boy. And Just Feeling Lucky weakened to finish last of all.
Gee, it's been a big day for Chris Waller and James McDonald. That's 3 in a row. Salt Coach was the only one who let the side down earlier today. Lazura, McDonald and Waller first up today. Lazura, the winner of the Far Lap Stakes back in March. Waller always uses that race as a launching pad for his very best fillies. He didn't need it with Autumn Glow and Lady Shenandoah. He used Lazura in that race this year, the Far Lap, but it's always been a good guide as to what Waller thinks of his emerging 3-year-olds. And here she is first up, winning again today. Lazura beating With Your Blessing and General Salute.
Yeah, he's found his lane, James. He knows where to steer them, not too wide, through the middle. And that was all over. She is a quality mare, and she's pulled out a beauty first up at 1200 there. She nearly got away with a steal there, Alicia Collett, on With Your Blessing. Just got all the favours up front, just beaten by quality late there. And he's done not a bad job there. General Salute off the track all the way and battles on well. Just anchored with his big weight there when he looked to chime in Yellow Brick. But all honours the winner. She never runs bad, and she's just so genuine.
I think she just added another string to her bow too, Ronnie. She normally races right up on speed when she's had luck before, but getting back where she did and the way that she attacked the line, she's in for a big preparation, I think.
Easy win in the end. A comfortable win by 4 Lazura. 112.2. 112.2. So that's the quickest, Ronnie, 1200 of the day?
Yes, by 0.3 of a second. 112.5 was the next quickest. The fillies run 112.82, so that's the quickest and what looked to be a moderate run up front, but that can be deceiving.
Home in 35.44, so 1.5 by a half neck. That is the show county. We've got one to go. It's one thing that stands out about Lazura is she's the winner of the Far Lap Stakes, which you use for all your very good fillies.
That's right, yeah. She's a talented filly in her own right, and yeah, all of those horses that have won it have gone on to win Group 1 races from memory. So Lazura's just waiting for that moment to happen.
She looks better.
Yes, she does. She gives that impression at home. She's come back bigger, stronger, as we say, but it's true. What we bring to the races from each year as they get older, we look after them early and we get rewarded late.
So what might she develop into this spring, Lazura?
I've talked to Ricky Serace and Ricky Jr. as well and see what they think. They've got a good handle on racing and breeding, and look, she deserves a Group 1, so we've got to pick out the right Group 1, whether it's a Rupert Clark early in the spring in Caulfield, or whether we keep her up here and go towards an Epsom and see where Autumn Glow's going, and just a few little things like that to map together. But she'll win one, and it probably won't just be one. Well done. Thanks.
Well done, Jay, mate. She's come back really well.
Yeah, she's a star. She gave me a beautiful ride, and she left the gates a little bit awkwardly, but got back. I thought they didn't really go a gallop, and I thought she'd have to be extremely good to win, and she was that. She got through the ground well, but very tenacious mare who's come back in great order and well looked after.
What do you think her ideal distance will be?
Oh, she's pretty quick. For her to rattle off sections like she did today off a slow tempo is a testament to her ability, but probably how quick she is. She's got plenty of pace.
Well done.
Thank you.
Red light is on, we're ready to go, and the Wilf and Rosemary Mueller 50th anniversary, and they're off, and Glad You Think So bounded out of the gates clearly in front by 2 lengths. Louis' Legacy's pretty handy, followed by pretty prominent there is Bold, and going up the inside is Margie's Boy. So it's Glad You Think So, joined by Margie's Boy in the early part. Bold in third, then Louis' Legacy, followed by Louisville on the inside of Bella Khadijah. Island Dream back in the field from Mornington Pier, and 2 lengths away to Hutchins at the tail of the field. Margie's Boy gallops to a clear-cut lead and does it under a double crib here for Nasrawilla, out by a length and a half on Bold. Then Glad You Think So just easing back a little bit with Louisville improving on the rails, Island Dream right behind. Then Louis' Legacy, Bella Khadijah's 3 wide, a length and a half Mornington Pier, and still last of all is the roughie Hutchins down the side. Margie's Boy neck in front to Narbold, and Bella Khadijah getting a bit keen, pulls its way to third. Louisville tucked in behind them from Glad You Think So. Louis' Legacy 3 wide with some cover. Then came Island Dream from Mornington Pier, and 2 lengths away to Hutchins. 600 to go. Margie's Boy really being eyeballed here by Narbold, Bella Khadijah, and now Louis' Legacy rolls up out wide. Louisville travelling okay behind them, and in the middle of the ruck there is Glad You Think So. Margie's Boy swings in front. Narbold went to it. Louisville gets a gap. Glad You Think So in restricted room. Mornington Pier coming down the outside as Narbold's given the cue. Glad You Think So is going after it now. Narbold in front from Glad You Think So, and they're broken clear to fight out the last. Narbold gripping on, trying to hang on, going to it. Glad You Think So, they hit it. Glad You Think So. Got up by a short half head on the line to Narbold. A gap away to either Island Dream or Mornington Pier for third. Then Louisville. Hutchins was able to beat several home. Louis' Legacy. Margie's Boy got very tired, so did Bella Khadijah.
Narbold made him earn it, but Glad You Think So has got there in the nick of time. Number 5, Glad You Think So. Josh Parr and John Sargent grabs the last.
Yeah,
Narbold second, and we're just waiting on third.
Yeah, he's found a couple of races to suit, and he's cashed in with some nice prize money. Took him forever, but they slowed up and was a bit of a sprint home there, and he just gets that last bound in to get Narbold right on the line. So the good bets were landed late there, and he gets home narrowly to beat a pretty brave Narbold. He was up in the firing line all the way, and Island Dream's bet on for third. But too good, the well-tried favourite who's found a couple of the right races.
Yeah, gun ride there by Joshy Parr. He would have been a little bit angry with himself after he let that horse cross him with Jason Collett on board, and he had to be stuck behind it. But then once he got a little bit of clear air, he took his time, let the horse go through its gears, wind up, but really loved the horse the last 25 metres. He really stuck his head out. Game win and a great ride.
Third home number 15, Island Dream. Fourth home number 12, Mornington Pier. So Glad You Think So denies Waller the quadrilla. Trying to win the last 4 races. Glad You Think So. Sarge and Par in the last. What's Sarge doing? He's in on the long way.
35.97. 35.97.
We're going to wait for him to come down and have a chat to him. He has had the right races in mind for Glad You Think So. Winning that Midway over a mile here at Randwick and then back to a benchmark 78, also over the mile. So his track and distance here at Randwick now reads 4 starts for 2 wins. Josh Parr, the winning rider, wins the last. Still no sign of Sarge. Here he comes. Well done. You got him in the right spot at the moment.
Yeah, no, that was great. It was a battle at the end, but it took him a bit to get out and sprint. But no, he's in a good zone now, so hopefully he goes on with it.
Well, when he chased down Narbold like that, he would have been easily to go down, but he wanted to win.
Yeah, no, he likes it, obviously, with the sting out of the track, and hopefully he'll go on now for the carnival and get up to 2,000 and a bit further, because he showed at 3. He was up to some good 3-year-olds running third in the Derby, but an off-season last season, hopefully he's back.
Yeah, good luck with him.
Thank you.
And here's Josh Parr with Corey.
Well done, Josh. Really nice win.
Yeah, thanks, Brownie. It certainly was. He paraded really well, didn't he? He looked fantastic in the yard. I took a lot of confidence from that. Masterstroke from Sarge to trial him during the week and get him here in perfect order. We were able to get a nice run throughout. And I thought, well, I've had to wait around all day to ride this fella. I was topping the hill. I thought, well, you can wait a little bit longer before you go for him. So I waited a section longer and away we went.
You must be happy with the way the season started.
Yeah, most definitely. I've been able to get a couple of winners so far. So just looking to continue that momentum and try and get that to last the season entire. So no, we've set off all right. So let's keep going.
Going the right way. Well done.
Thank you.